Have you ever wondered why all Shoney's have those nice tile floors? How else could we be a family restaurant? At Shoney's, we've come up with 3 new ways to serve our shrimp dinner. This isn't one of them.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome to the inaugural episode of a brand new...
What is going on?
We're doing an inaugural episode of a brand new podcast.
Wait, hold on. What are we doing? Are you going to explain to the viewers what we're doing? Can you do that? Can you explain to me? Because I don't even know what we're doing right now. Why am I here?
Theme song. Yo, welcome back. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. It's not over yet. How do you like it so far?
Do we actually have a theme song?
We're gonna be talking today about
what?
This
Tell
is
me.
the inaugural episode
really
of
wanna
Fine
know.
Looking Brothers Talk Rick and Morty. We're gonna be talking
Whoa!
about the season 3 premiere of Rick and Morty. If you watch Fine Looking Brothers Talk Ruby, it's gonna be the same basic formula. It's just gonna be a little different in that Rick and Morty is a very different style and genre of show. So we're gonna be talking about different kinds of things, but it's gonna be the same basic gist. So if you watch both shows and you like that podcast, you'll probably like this one. So I'm here with my unlovely companion. Introduce yourself. Well, everyone knows who you are. You're the only other guy that's on these podcasts. So.
Well, so I wanted to discuss this. I'm a fine-looking brother. You're a fine-looking brother. Anyone who's on this podcast is a fine-looking brother. We're all fine-looking brothers. So you could have any other person on this podcast. It'd still be 2 fine-looking brothers. We're just 2 of the many fine-looking brothers.
So how many fine-looking brothers would you say there are in total?
Infinite. There's probably an infinite amount.
So should we establish the council of fine-looking brothers so we can get everyone together? That brings us right full circle into our discussion of this episode. So I feel like we should probably start with how it was handled, the day, because what happened was it was April Fool. Well, the season 3. If I'm going back a little further, the season 3 finale ended with season 2 finale ended with Mr. Butthole saying the show would come back in like a year and a half, and exactly a year and a half passed. Nothing came out. So it was literally probably like a month later.
No, we were like right around the year and a half. He did say like beginning of 2017. So, I mean, we were pretty much smack dab right there. They got it right.
Okay. Well, so yeah, it was probably I'd say it's within a few weeks of a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they did pretty good with that. But, so on April Fool's Day, they decided to do this stream, and if you click on the stream and you don't click play, all it says is April Fools. So
it was called the April Fool's Day Rick and Morty stream.
Yeah.
And the name of it, it's just the URL is just April Fools.
Yeah. So I clicked on it and I saw the April Fools. And I'm like, okay, I knew this was going to be an April Fool's joke. There's no actual episode. They're just screwing with us. So I go off of it, and that was like in the morning. Not in the morning, but sometime earlier in the day. And
they didn't reveal it until like an hour before I told you. So maybe it just didn't. Maybe it literally did just say April Fool's until then.
Oh, maybe. I'm not sure. But long story short, you're like, it was an actual stream. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's an April Fool's joke. And you're like, no, it's not. It's an actual stream. And I'm like, okay. So I go on and check, and sure enough, it's an actual stream. They got me.
Yeah.
The April Fool's joke was that it wasn't an April Fool's joke.
Yes, it was great.
The April Fool's section. But anyway, they looped the episode, and I'd say it was a fantastic episode. Great season premiere.
It was. Really every episode of this show
What are you doing?
is good. I'm sorry, I'm eating. I'm really hungry. I'm eating chicken nuggets with Szechuan sauce. Ha ha! Oh, did you get that inside joke?
What what a shitty co-host. I mean, I can't believe I have to deal with this. Anyway, so I think what like made this episode sort of stand out for me in particular is that like how much stuff they bring back. Like, it's kind of just it's an individual episode, but it's sort of just like it's like a big payoff for the whole show before, because they bring so much different things back, I'd say.
This episode to me seemed like the Rick and Morty answer to the final episode in season 2, which didn't seem very much like the episode. Usually, right, like the episode will end with something weird, right?
It will usually end with like, see you guys next season, like Rick like addressing the audience.
Yeah, and so yeah, the way the season 2 finale ended, it was very odd. It's not normal for this show to end in like a cliffhanger. And so I always figured that when it came back, it'd be resolved within one episode. And yep, they definitely resolved it and definitely went above and beyond.
I think they handled it the best way possible. I think I was expecting sort of I think they did one of the two routes exactly I was expecting, where it was going to start off like normal but off, as if like nothing ever happened, but then it was going to slowly like, and they did it very quickly though, but it was going to like sort of turn into like what was actually happening. That's how I thought it was going to start. It was either going to be that, or they were just never going to address it, which would have been funny too. But or they would make like a snide comment about it or something. But no, like I think they handled it pretty well, how it just like starts off like a normal episode and then just quickly fades into like sort of like back into the main narrative. Oh shit. Back into the main narrative.
Yeah,
I want to go to Shoney's.
Shoney's.
I think that's so my inner comfort place in my head is going to be IHOP, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
His is Denny's, mine is IHOP. Denny's kind of sucks. Yeah, it's Denny's. But
isn't like, Shoney's a real restaurant?
Is it? Shoney's is not a real restaurant.
I'm pretty sure Shoney's is a real restaurant. I'm looking it up right now. It is.
It is. What the fuck? But it's Denny's like, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe that's an actual place. We need to go to Shoney's. Anyway. There's a lot of corporate stuff in this episode. It was a very corporate episode.
And it's funny because they probably got like no sponsorships. I feel like it was just a thing that they did to be funny. Like, I don't think they got sponsored on any of the products they talked about in this episode.
I'll talk about my theory about that later.
Okay, so
I'm like 95% sure it's actually true.
Okay. Do you want to say it now? I mean, it's not like we're not really going into any
hold
order.
on.
We're kind of just talking about things we like.
I'll talk about it. I'll talk about like what it is, but I would say that the location in my mind is either the IHOP right by my old house, Sweet Tomatoes.
Sweet Tomatoes, that's it.
or the Sonic up by your house.
I love the part where it's just like they go back to the place and it's just like infinite number of sets of this exact like hall in the restaurant.
Oh, that's the perfect dream like set, right?
Yeah.
He was sitting against the wall in the fake part, but when it actually goes back to the real part, it just extends forever, and that's
it's just
what
infinite
looks like in my dreams.
Inside of Shoney's.
Mm-hmm. Imagine that Sonic just tiled for eternity.
Yeah, just like you just walk over to the parking lot and right past the parking lot is just the end of the other side of the parking lot. It just continues for eternity.
Yeah,
I could see that. Yeah, but
you walk far enough, eventually you get to that Barnes and Noble, and then there's just an infinite amount of those.
You just walk for like days and eventually get to the Barnes and Noble.
It's always closed because they're always there at 2 a.m.
Yeah. So anyway, you can never get some literature to read while you're enjoying your jalapeno poppers.
That's a pretty cool Barnes and Noble though. I'm gonna be honest. They have Love Live figures there.
They have Love Live figures at the one in Boca too, I think.
Really?
No, they had Idolmaster figures at the one in Boca. So it's like two rivaling turfs.
I love that Boca is Idolmaster turf, and Boynton is
Love Live turf. Fuck Idolmaster.
Wow.
Love Live's where it's at.
I'm sorry, I'm from Idolmaster. That's my hometown.
Excuse
Anyway.
me. Do you have a Nico Yazawa doll that drinks all your Pepsi and calls you a bitch?
In fact, I do.
Oh shit! I didn't realize the Idolmasters had that. Actually, you know what? I think I made the best decision when I moved to the Vocaloids turf.
I have a Takane Shijo figure that drinks all my Coke and calls me a fuckface. It's really attractive. Anyway.
We're the #1 Rick and Morty podcast on the internet.
Yeah, we're going to move to the Vocaloids turf. Clearly the best idol group in the world.
So,
wait, where is that? Is that like Deerfield?
Sure. There's a small con this summer in Deerfield that I do want to go to. I don't know what it's called.
Please.
It's like in Deerfield. I gotta find it. Talk about Rick and Morty while I look at it, because I'm gonna plug this con for everyone.
Okay. Yeah. So my theory on how this episode came to be. All right.
Go.
This is all just like stream of consciousness Justin Roiland. So he remembers at some point while making Rick and Morty, he's like, oh shit, dude, like this first episode, we can leverage anything we want. And then he's really hungry while he's doing it. So he remembers and he goes to McDonald's. He's like, oh shit, you remember like back in the late 90s, they had the sauce for that Mulan thing?
Yeah.
Oh man, oh shit, I could put that in Rick and Morty and they will bring it back because anything that I put in this episode will make a big commotion.
Yeah, because the way they handle it.
If I repeat it a couple times and say that it's a great
make it
sauce,
like a meme, like he set it up to be a meme. Like, yeah,
exactly. It totally forced it to be a meme just to get that sauce back at McDonald's. Because
and now McDonald's is saying
Mulan.
They may bring it back.
Of course they're gonna bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could have done anything. He could have forced any company to bring a product back like that, and he decided this sauce is what needs to come back.
It's genius. So I can't wait to try it. What's gonna happen though is I'm gonna just have to get French fries and ask for the sauce because I can't eat the chicken nuggets.
You can do that. That's okay.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be just as good. But anyway, the con that I was talking about is June 18th at the Deerfield Beach DoubleTree. Mini EY, IWAI.
What's it called?
Mini EY, IWAI, IY, AWAY. I don't fucking know.
What?
They sell pop figures, so it's gonna be
IWEI.
AI.
IWAI. Mini IY. Anime IY. What is Anime IY?
It's hosted by Anime IY. I think.
Yeah, they're
What are they?
Palm Beach anime convention. Why did we not? They've 18 plus events. Why didn't we go to this? Why have we not heard of this?
Wait, where is it? It's in Deerfield too?
It's
When is this? Is this just another convention?
I'm looking at it.
Or is it just like a conglomerate that hosts? Oh no, it's Deerfield Beach. It's the same place. It's just November 10th. Because we're away during that time, I guess.
But why didn't we go when we lived there?
It might have been established after we left.
Why don't they have information about this?
The first one, it seems like the first one was November 2016. So.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but so I'm probably gonna go to that one over the summer if I'm in Florida. If I'm not, then probably not. But.
Can we host a booth there and make $250? Wait, hold on.
We get to host a Fine Looking Brothers booth. Oh, someone I know is interested. Oh, it's that guy we ran into at Taste On at Comic-Con.
Oh, you added him on Facebook?
Yeah, he's interested.
So yeah, it's a full 3-day convention. If we get We can
We
get
can
a
go
booth.
every day. It's close enough. It's like
You know
20
what?
minutes.
You know what? Like, I really want to be an exhibitor booth. I might just like pay the cost
How much is
and
it?
just I don't know. We'll just go and sell shit or something. I don't know. It's
Yeah, I'll like sell
$250.
random shit for my room. It's like, here, you want a Dale Talon bobblehead? $2, take it. And we'll just spend all the money on like coffee and like energy drinks at the con and like not actually obtain any of it. But this is the #1 convention podcast, so.
Oh wait, we can get an artist alley table for $100.
But then we have to make art. So you just draw like shit, like it's just like shitty doodles, sell it. Like when someone did do that Sanic booth at
Yeah, fuck it. We could if we sold like shit doodles for like $1 each.
Yeah,
all we need
could
to do is do like 100 of them, and the booth pays for itself. And then we're
Let's do it.
We're
Let's
in the
do it.
positive.
We're doing it. And it'll just be like our sort of like front to make videos from and podcasts from. Okay.
Yes.
It's a plan. If you guys are listening to this, if we are, it's not confirmed because we may not even be in Florida at this time. But if we're in Florida at this time, we're gonna have a booth at Mini fuck it.
For all you Rick and Morty heads out there.
We are going to be selling Rick and Morty art, and we are going to be selling Szechuan sauce. So if you want
Absolutely.
that stuff, you're getting
100%.
it.
We're gonna mock up. You know what? If we made fake Szechuan sauce, like containers, we'd make a fucking killing, right?
Yeah.
You sell them for like $5. People would eat that shit up.
Well, we won't have any actual Szechuan sauce. It would just be a container.
No sauce, just
But
the
it would be
containers. Just print like a fake
definitely.
label. Like literally, go to McDonald's, get like a shit ton of like barbecue sauce containers. You know, like the little ones.
Yeah.
And just empty them out, clean them out, and then put like a little sticker on it that says McDonald's Szechuan sauce.
Don't steal our idea. We're gonna do it.
Oh yeah, it's okay because nobody listens to this. And
that's true.
We haven't talked about Rick and Morty in the past 10
only
minutes.
listeners. Okay, so back to the episode. One thing I really liked about this
So what is
episode.
the best Silent Hill?
Thanks for listening.
Not
Okay,
over
so
yet, though.
one thing I really liked about this episode is that like sort of Morty, like I guess in the absence of Rick, has sort of like finally like developed a little bit. He kind of like is more mature in this episode. I don't know if you noticed it, but he knows how to handle situations. Like he gets in
Of
any
course
like
I
shitty
noticed
situation.
it. It's your fucking boy.
Fuck you. He doesn't panic. He's just rational in each of the situations. Like
Well,
not every situation, but like he's handling himself well, and that's pretty cool. Like that they actually developed him in that way. It's interesting. I like it. Good writing, Dan and Justin.
indeed.
Should I continue talking about stuff?
Yeah, I feel like you have more stuff to say. I don't want to cut you off.
Okay. One thing I think the most Rick and Morty, like, there's no other show would, like, how Rick destroyed the government. Like, I think no other show would do it that way. You know what I mean? Like only Rick and Morty would think of that, like, thing where he changed the value of their money. And that's what destroyed the government.
He didn't change exchange rate. He just changed the dollar's worth from 1 to 0.
Yeah, it's so genius. It's like they just all start like killing each other because
I love that little like very short joke before that where they run up to the terminal and the dude runs, he goes freeze, and Rick just turns and shoots him. And he was employee of the month.
Wait, I missed that. What was it?
Really? They run up to the computer where Rick changes the thing, and one of the bad guys, one of the Mantis or whatever they are, he goes, he's like freeze, and Rick just turns around and shoots him. Right? Like you'd expect them to like put their hands up and be like, oh no, how are we gonna get out of this? No, he just shoots him. He's like, wow, employee of the month.
That actually is pretty funny.
It was great.
Yeah. Like the president who's just like, wait, guys, you're missing something so obvious. There's such a rational way to handle it. So like, what? He just kills himself, so he doesn't have to deal with it.
The
It was
Monkey
great.
Jones approach.
Yeah. So, and one thing I also noticed that was pretty funny is like this really subtle in the background arc of Morty's teacher. How in like the season 2 finale, like as soon when the Federation gets there, you see him being harassed by like the aliens and everything, and like bullied, and now he's like created this like like in the time since the last episode, he's created this like anti-galactic Federation like militia thing with homeless people, and you only see it for like a second, but it's like this setup and payoff that's literally just in the background of both
like,
episodes.
What do they call themselves, like Mole Men or something?
I don't know. I don't remember, but like yeah, it's just like this like little arc that like they just did in the background, and that's amazing. That's genius to me. How they just have this like little thing. Speaking of arcs, I'm sick and tired of all the Beth and Jerry shit that keeps on every episode. It resolves itself and then is bad again in the beginning of the next episode. I wonder if they're just gonna do that again.
I feel like
or
that
you
is
think they're
over.
actually ending it. Like, do you think Jerry's just gonna be out, like done?
I think it's legitimately over. I think they're divorced.
You think they were addressing it like by the ending of this episode. You think they were addressing all that shit, like
yeah.
Okay, that would be good.
I feel like it's been building up to this. Like this is the payoff.
Yeah,
It's over.
Because seasons 1 and 2, like every episode they'd have like this huge fight, and then they get back together for the exact same reason. Like they'd always be like, "Oh, we have to stay together," and then they'd just be like, the next episode immediately start with like all of that development gone. And they do it every single episode.
It doesn't come off like that to me. It comes off like oh, their relationship is clearly falling apart. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah. Like Jerry just crawled all the way home and it worked. He just didn't get hurt.
I just kept crawling. Hey Josh.
Yes.
There are 2 Shoney's in Florida.
Where?
They're both in Orlando.
Well, I know what we're doing next time we visit Alberto.
I'm pretty sure they are in the exact opposite corner of Orlando.
I know Orlando is such a big place. Like you never think of it like that. It's like
Orlando
it takes like an hour to get from one end to the other,
massive.
right?
Huh?
It takes like an hour to get from one corner of Orlando to the other, right?
It's crazy. That place is huge, and I live in New York, but Orlando is so like spread out and disgusting. It can be like 3 hours to another corner.
Yeah, it takes like 45 minutes to get from Alberto's apartment to Universal. Like,
yeah.
And he hasn't left Orlando yet that whole time. I find that fascinating. Like in South Florida, like where we live, like if I drove 45 minutes south, I'd be like near Fort Lauderdale. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you could leave. You could hop in a fucking plane and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, like. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a 45-minute drive to the closest Shoney's.
We're gonna do it anyway. Maybe I'll do it over when I go to MegaCon, which may happen. Announcement: if you want to meet me, there's like a 25% chance I'm gonna be at MegaCon. So if that ends up happening, just come fuck around with me. Come bully me, and I'll cry. Anyway.
Hot.
Is that your kink?
Thank you for listening.
The after credits scene.
My kink is flying to Minnesota, and
yeah.
having someone act disabled in public.
I think it was was it Minnesota or was it Wyoming? I can't even remember. No, it was Montana.
It was Montana, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, did both of them fly to Montana?
I don't remember.
Okay, Digi was Montana.
Okay,
Dabu
then who was...
flew into Washington or Oregon?
I don't remember. I know
Iowa?
Ben.
I don't know.
Patreon.com/Ben Saints. Girlfriend's in Atlanta. I don't remember what Dabu's in, but yeah. Anyway, is Phoenix Person ever going to be addressed again, or is that just a thing that was it like a one-off joke, or you think it's going to be like part of the story?
I think after credit stuff is generally a joke.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
in the finale of the show, they're going to do it like where every character comes back. Like we're going to see like Ice-T again,
and they're going to
stuff
start
like that.
clapping.
And it's just going to be like this like huge like big finale.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
That wasn't even what I was referencing, but anyway.
Congratulations.
But that's how the show's going to end, and then they're going to get Szechuan sauce. They're going to get Szechuan sauce.
I feel like that joke is dead already. It will be far dead by the next episode. And
I can't wait until like 12 years from now when the season 9 is happening and they just have Szechuan sauce. Like they just finally get it. Like, and everyone will not care at all anymore, and they just remember and be like, "Oh shit, remember that joke from like 2017?" Jesus, it's 2017 already. Oh. I can't believe we're almost halfway through.
Time is so fucked up. I hate time. Yeah. It's because it was a larger portion of your life. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh wow, it's Friday already. Jesus Christ. Haha! Funny inside joke of this really obscure show that no one has ever seen.